Amanda here from DMG, and today I have another guide for you to take a look at. And this is the brand new Future Press Animal Crossing New Horizons guide, and I am super excited that it has arrived, because there was a delay originally, and then there was some talk that there may be a delay from the actual people that were shipping it, because obviously everything that's going on at the moment. So I was really expecting it to be even more delayed than it has, and it arrived actually quite quickly. So I'm super excited, and I'm super excited to share it with you. So first of all, this is a little different to the other Future Press guides in that it is actually a soft pack book, but the feel of it's got a really, like a real soft touch feel to it. It has actually got a cover on it. I know that I saw on Twitter there was some confusion because Future Press published a picture of it with this cover, and then they published a picture with this cover, and people were like, well, which one is it? Well, it's both, because it has actual like book cover on it as well. So that's kind of cool. It comes with these two little bookmarks, and then on the back we've got legend for one, and we've got pages of useful lists plus a QR code, which is also in the book, so if you lose this it's still there. It's not currently up. This is a QR code for an online calendar for like important events within Animal Crossing world, I guess birthdays and stuff as well. It's at the moment when you go in, it works perfectly fine. It takes you to the page, but it just says coming soon, and you can see like the little calendar there, but it's not got anything going on. So at this point of filming, which is at the end of April 2020, it was not up. I didn't show you actually before we get going is the size of the book. Very big book again. As I said, it's a softback this time, which is unusual. I'm surprised at that. I like it. Actually, I do like it. The other thing is, you'll notice it has these, in this case quite colourful, but they've got these little sections here which give you the chapters, so you can easily find it by just sort of finding the beginning of that particular colour. So that makes that nice and simple. And it's got about 430-ish pages, so it's a good guide. It's got a lot of stuff in it, so let's take a look. So the first thing is, it starts off with this really cute little introduction by Future Press themselves, which is really sweet. I think it's quite fun to read. And then as before, I'm not going to take you through every single page, but I want to give you enough so that you can know whether it's something for you, but I don't want to do too many, give away too many spoilers. Obviously, looking at anything like this is a potential spoiler, because if you don't want to know anything about it, anything you see could be a spoiler. So obviously bear in mind that, but I'm trying to be as careful as I can. So we start off here with like the guide, index sort of guide here, so that you can work out where you want to go if you want something in particular. So it lays that out for you. It also talks about the fact that there's a lot of lists in the book, and if you want a list of all the lists, you can go to page 427, which I guess is at the back. So again, what I love about this, which is so different to the other books, is the colour is just blow your mind. The colours are so bright, so vibrant, not like make your eyes soar bright, but just beautifully printed. And the quality again of the page itself is really nice. Good, decent page. It's got again that lovely coating on it, so it's got that nice shine to it, but it's a silk shine, not a gloss, I would call it. And as I say, the colours are lovely. The feel of the pages are really nice. So then we get through into more just information about the book itself, table of contents, etc. And then we have chapter 1, and that's just really about the game mechanics. kind of the same principle as we've had before. We start off with how to actually operate the game, you know, what buttons press to do what, really about like the character creator, choosing your island, you know, how that all works, the passage of time, the fact that it is like in real time, etc. So, and it just explaining all of that, seasons and stuff, about mail, packages, sending mail. This is the calendar bonus thing. This is what I was talking about. This is what is going to be, I think, on the actual website, that they will have the whole calendar where it sort of shows you, like there it says, look, that's a fishing contest on that date, and presumably these characters here, it's their birthdays on those days where their picture is. Okay, so then we've got the goals of the game. Again, I'm not going to go specifically into that, but it just goes through that. And then the different objectives, new features. So this is all about what's different between this Animal Crossing and previous Animal Crossings. Well, and then it talks about the phone and what things are on your phone, and literally telling you some details about that. So let's just go into one that's kind of there straight away so that we can see. So for example, the Critterpedia, so it tells you there about what it is, it gives you a little example, and it gives you a page number here for further reading about, say, fishing in this case. And on, say, this one here, the Nook Miles, again it tells you about that, it gives you an example with a picture, and then some further reading as well. And then you just carry on. You've got your DIY, shopping, custom designs, passport, etc, etc. I'm not going to read everything because I don't want to, as I say, give too many things away. If you don't want to know it, you can see the idea. Obviously a map, so that's always handy. Then it talks about playing with others. So if you've got friends that are playing on Animal Crossing, how to play with them, online, local play, party play, online play, and all the different methods of that, and it goes into all of that there. And then we're on to chapter 2, and this is Meet the Locals. So for this we go into here, this is talking about resident services. This is the main, this is like the first thing that you get, I think, when you go on your island. Obviously that changes over time, but it's talking about that and the characters that are in there. And then if the first one is a big doubled page on Mr. Nook himself, and it's giving a load of information about him, a biography about when he first appeared in Animal Crossing, his role on the island, and steps for doing different things to do with him, etc. So that's again a big, oh, and even more pages here on him and stuff to do with him that you can do. And then we talk about Isabel, and we've got the same kind of thing, and then we've got whoever that is, so we've got a few different people. Then we've got the museum and Blathers. So again, I'm not probably giving anything away too much on those because they're kind of like there straight away. Then we've got Nook's Cranny and Timmy and Tommy. So we're talking about them here, and all about the same sort of thing, when they first appeared, and just different information there. So you've got quite a lot of info. I don't want to do too much. Then we've got the airlines and the two characters in there, and then we've got island visitors. Again, I don't want to give anything too much away. This particular character comes and sells stuff, and I think this is a list of things that are for sale from them over time. And then the same with this person, And then we go into some more bigger name characters here still. Again, I'm flicking on these. Now I think this one is not giving anything away particularly, because I think, as I understand it, this KK Slider is like a pretty major character in past Animal Crossing, so I don't think I'm giving anything away here. So we've got here his discography, and so I guess you could, if you wanted to, collect all of those. I didn't understand that was kind of one of the things I could do, so I've just been completely ignoring that. So and then we come on to general island residents, so rather than like the visitors. And then at the bottom here we've got some gorgeous artwork which is showing, like, here's some alligators, anteaters, bear cubs, etc, etc. It's just gorgeous. You can see the colours are just lovely. And then here we've got just some information about the island residents and the personality types and what that means, what they might enjoy, etc. And then it talks about making friends with your residents that are there with you, their birthdays, reactions, and then we've got requests and events. Then we've talked about how to get more residents onto your island. And then we go into the residents themselves. This page here explains the legend, and then we're literally I don't want to show anything too much. So we've got here, it's in alphabetical order. We've got alligators, anteaters. It's not in alphabetical order of name, it's in alphabetical order of animal type. So then you've got like a little picture, their kind of phrase, and then things about them, and just a little. So there's quite a few pages on, and you can see there must be a lot of residents as well that you can, I can't imagine you can fit all of these on your island. So there's lots of different residents that you can get information on. So that's that chapter. So let's go to number 3. So the Nook Inc. Guide to Island Life. So basically this chapter aims to provide you with a series of valuable guides to help you make the most of island life. If you want to know what to focus on at a certain point, the main storyline walkthrough is the only resource you need. Personally, didn't even realise there was a main story. I thought it was just living your life on there, so that's news to me as well. So the first thing we've got in here, what we've got in here, says tools and how to use them, earning bells, storage, and the main storyline. So again, we've got all here about the tools and how that all works, what those different tools are, and how you get them, you know, make them or buy them. And then it tells you specifically, so here, shovels, and it tells you about them. Axes, it tells you about them, and the different types as well. And so all the way through to the different things. Sub-tools, so things like umbrellas, a fan, party popper, light stick. Then we've got about how to earn bells. So the main storyline walkthrough is coming soon, but first let's talk about bells. Bells are the main form of currency. So how to earn them, and it tells you all about that and the different ways. Again, I don't want to go into the details with you, but that's how to do that. So a couple of pages on that. Then we have about storage. So obviously, if you're collecting all this stuff, you need somewhere to put it while you're collecting it, I guess, until you sell it or whatever. So you've got pockets, and it tells you all about that. And then also about your home storage and other storage, bell, wallet, whatever that is. Oh, that must be literally how much money you can carry on you at the time. So it's basically giving you all that information. Then we're getting into the main storyline. I don't want to see this yet, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this either because I don't want to, this I think would be a spoiler. All I would say is it looks like here we've got a main storyline progression chart. Unless you've got super good eyes or you can zoom in, I don't suppose you can read this, but it basically talks, say, just step one, it's kind of obvious, arrive on the island. So it's giving you like a checklist of things to do that take you through the story, so and progress you through the storyline. And then this is actually going into the detail of that storyline. I guess things like about choosing your island, and I think things like that would be quite helpful. I mean, certainly now I've read that, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't understand about that part at the time, and that might have been helpful in choosing. Actually, I think I would have chosen the same, but it would have been helpful. And just thinking about where to place your starting home, etc., and about the phone and how that operates, etc., etc. Again, as I said, I don't want to go too much into it. Then there's a whole list of objectives by the looks of it. It's talking about keywords that are unlocked. So this is on your phone where you have these objectives that you unlock, and then it basically gives you bells for doing that. So basically by doing certain things, say you catch a fish, it will give you, oh, you've caught your first fish, that's goal for catching a fish, you know, whatever. I don't know, I'm just giving a really, really bad example probably. But this is a whole list of those. And then it also apparently has daily challenges, so that tells you about those as well. So that's that chapter. As I said, I didn't want to spend too much on that because I didn't want to give too much away. So then we say the great outdoors is chapter 4. Anyone signing up for Deserted Island is likely to have appreciation for nature. This chapter gets you out in the wild, cultivating plants, fishing the rivers and ponds, digging and searching for bugs. So we've got here about the seasons, flower breeding, fishing, bug catching and collecting fossils. So again, here's about our different seasons and how that operates. Again, I haven't looked at all of this yet. I haven't got this far in the book myself. So it's just talking in more detail there. It's talking about the weather and how that works. Apparently, no, I'm not going to say that because in case you don't know, because I didn't know that, just gave that away to me. So different weather anyway. Special weather, island flora, so like trees, different types of trees and how to move them, etc. And fruit, weeds, growth stages, your flowers, breeding the flowers. That I would really like to know. Gosh, and this must be, I guess this is how you get different colours of flowers. I mean, I don't even understand that yet because I need to spend time. But this is a chart, I think, of how you get a particular type of flower by bringing different ones together, etc. So it's just showing you how to do that, which is really handy. Then you've got your fish and fishing tips. Really need that. I am so rubbish at fishing. I miss more than I get. Water current, fishing shadows, fishing spots, the times that you can, the times of year, the times of day that the fish are available, which is handy, I guess. All the different types of fish. And then bugs, how to find them, the seasons of those particular bugs. Hazardous bugs, occurrences of insects. So again, I thought, yes, that's like the fish, isn't it? The same idea as the fish when they're around, and times, etc. Then a list of all the bugs. So just as an example, this is the same as the fish. You've got, say, that butterfly there, and it tells you how to unlock it, etc. Okay, so that's just a picture of it in its little pot, and where you can find it, I guess, etc. And then fossils, all about those. And again, just the same sort of thing, but probably less of those. Then seasonal tournaments, so fishing tournaments, friendly competitions, bug offs, etc. And then we get to number 5, chapter 5, the workbench. So this is basically DIY stuff, so making things, so you collect what you need, and then if you have the right recipe you can then make it. So DIY basic material gathering, DIY recipes, and the recipe list. So again, introduction to DIY, the basics, material gathering, and the different resources, so here like wood, minerals, etc. Oh gosh, these pages. Flour resources. Gosh, I didn't know they were part of the resources. Okay, I guess they are, because if you're making other flours. Shells, fruit, seasonals, so different seasonal ones. The DIY recipes, explaining about it, how you get them, I guess, and how they work. Seasonal recipes, buying recipes, and then the recipe lists, so all the different things. Again, I'm not going to show you this in detail. It's very similar to the bugs and things that I just showed you, that kind of idea, where it's basically, you know, saying what it is, a little picture, what you need, and when you can unlock it, I guess. And there's a lot of those things, so, and clothing as well, look. Okay, and then Isabel's Island Review. This chapter covers the things that you can strive towards once you've got a populated, developed island, and helps you get the whole place indoors and out looking its absolute best. Talks about island ratings, Happy Home Academy, and the Island Designer. I don't know what that means. I don't want to massively go into this at this point, because I think this is quite down the line and I don't want to spoil it for myself. So we've got island rating, which I do believe is to do with the star ratings, because I've seen a lot on YouTube about these 5-star islands, etc., and people are looking at them, and I don't understand how they can have got so far and so fast, but anyway, so that's all about that, and how you do stuff and make stuff, I guess, and example islands. And the Happy Home Academy, I don't know what that is, I don't really want to know at this point. Scoring, completion bonus, all sorts of different things about, I guess, how you get things, the points. I don't really know. There's a whole list of stuff here which I don't really know what this means at this point in time. As I said, I feel like this might spoil it, so I don't want to get too into it at this point. Island Designer, again, I don't want to again go too much into this, but as I understand it, it's after the main game's kind of finished, you get an extra thing on your phone, and so you can still carry on and you can do a lot more then to your island. Again, I am literally going to zip past those because I don't want to look at it, but it's just showing you exactly what those sorts of things would be. So then we've got the Nook Collector's Catalogue, and that is all of this section here. So this is, if you're a collector, hoarder, or serious shopper, this is the chapter for you. It's an unending supply of things to fill your island with. The Pro Designer, practically infinite ways to customize your character's appearance. Here we'll display all of them for your perusing pleasure. So we've got custom designs, clothing catalogue, island customization, furniture list and bonus list. So basically here's the different character customizations, and you can obviously add to that, so it would seem. And general custom designs. This is available straight away, custom designs, so I'm not giving anything away there. Other things like here are lists upon lists upon lists. Again, I don't want to particularly show you, but this is all clothing. Still all clothing. Still clothing. These are hats and things now. Accessories. Socks, so still clothing. Shoes. Umbrellas and things. Then we've got island customization, so this is like things that I haven't even got to yet, so I don't want to look at it too much either. So different doors and bridges and things that you can do to your house and the island itself. And then we have lists upon lists again of furniture, with basically it's telling you what it is, how you get it, etc. This is all things like accessories in the house, I think. Wall decorations next. Then wallpaper and flooring. So just tons of different things. Whoops. And then here we've got trees, flowers. This is a list of, to show you every growth stage of each tree and flower along with their sell price. And then we've got fish models and insect models. Then we've got about KK Slider and all his music and what you can collect for that. And then postcards, amiibo stuff, which I don't have any thing to do with, photos and posters, and just tons. And then New Year's Eve, well, just for example, we just had Bunny Day instead of Easter, I guess, and so there was lots of stuff going on about that. So there was like eggs and stuff that you could collect, and then you could make things out of that to make and decorate around your island to make it look very Eastery. This now is the last part of the book, and that is the list of lists. So basically, like character customization, here's a list of different things. So if you want to know about clothing, bags, this is the page to go to. Characters and nature and tools. So if you want to go to craftable tools, here's a page. If you want shovels, this is the page. So it's just telling you basically where to find things. And then finally you've just got your credits, as it were, and then your back page of the book without the cover, and this is the back page of the cover. But if you look at the cover open, it's really, really pretty. So that is it. That is a look at the Animal Crossing Future Press companion guide, and personally I think it looks fabulous. It's certainly got a huge amount of information. I don't know how accurate that information is. I have no way of knowing at this point in time. I think it looks really good. If there are bound to be errors, I would say, in something that has so many lists, and personally for me that doesn't worry me too much. Otherwise, that is it. And obviously you've got your little bookmarks as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this useful. I hope it's helped you decide whether it's the book for you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.